A little talk on what loyalty is. So, just recently, Jiu-Jitsu competitor Keenan Cornelius apparently was asked to leave his current team, Atos. And the first sort of conclusion that everybody jumped to is, well, the next thing is like, what school is he going to join from there? You know, and they're debating, no, he should go with this team, he should go with that team. I think Keenan even himself said that, you know, he doesn't know if going to another school is going to, you know, rectify his current issues, or he doesn't want to sort of run through this whole thing again. He's been on a couple of teams at this point. Now, here's the thing with loyalty. Loyalty means that, you know, what it is that you're doing is in line with the alliance that you have with another group. So if you guys are the vegan club and you are eating your Brussels sprouts and your salads and your, you know, I don't even know, you're following the path of the vegan. You are being loyal to the identity of the group. If they have certain times, let's say, you know, they eat a salad together, this vegan club, every day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And 1 o'clock, you go there and you eat the salad with the group. You are participating in the rituals of the group. It's another way you express loyalty. So acting in congruence, participating in rituals. If you were to go and eat a steak a couple times a week at nighttime, you could be eating your salads and everything. You could be meeting the group for a salad, but you're now doing something that goes against the integrity of the group. Well, that wasn't the agreement. The agreement wasn't that you were going to go and eat a steak if you're part of this vegan club, right? Because you wouldn't be a vegan, obviously. So when I look at, you know, this scenario with Keenan and, you know, there's, you know, I've run a school for a long time. I've had people come and go, and, you know, it's one of these things where, you know, it truly is what you make of it. The one universal that I've seen is when people want to change the arrangement after the fact, there's always a problem. When people are honest and upfront, not only going into the arrangement, but as their preferences change through time, there is either zero or a greatly minimized level of problem. So I don't know the specifics of Keenan and Atos. I know that, you know, teams and schools like Atos is full of other people's black belts and other people's students, which seems to be all the rage these days. You know, but despite whatever went on between them, if Keenan's identity changed and he was upfront and honest with it, and Galvao's opinion of what he expects from his guys, you know, did not accommodate these changes that Keenan made, it makes sense that he was asked to leave. It made sense, and there really shouldn't be any animosity, because, you know, if you're somebody who joined a team wanting to do what you want to do, well, did you say that when you joined? Was that the norm? Was everybody allowed to do what they wanted to do, and all of a sudden, you know, the leadership of the team changed? Because if that's the case, yeah, you have a right to you know, to be on the right side of that decision, or that case. But if you're somebody who is developed and grown into a different identity, somebody who is different and handles these things differently, you know, and the team has remained the same, unchanged, then yeah, it's time for you to go. There needn't be any animosity, by the way. People develop new associations with who they are. Their natures don't change, but how they participate in being themselves changes over time. And I don't know what happened with Keenan and Galvao and Atos, and I don't give a fuck, to be honest, but it's a great example to sort of comment on, because everybody's, you know, first reactions is, oh, I wonder what team he's going to join now. Well, why does he belong on another team? You know, why is that and I guess it's a rhetorical question, because there's a lot of fanboys out there. They don't have any vested interest in understanding what these dynamics mean. You know, what is the proper, consistent way to be? Where are the formulas that we can see applied universally, where everybody becomes the strongest versions of themselves? I know I'm a little obsessed with these things, more so than the average person who puts on the pajamas and, you know, and dances around on the ground with men a couple times a week. I get that. But all that being said, I'm still going to make my comment. I'm still going to have an opinion. And my whole stance is, if you're talking about being loyalty or being loyal is also being loyal to yourself. Be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to the people you've made alliances with, so long as you can maintain the congruence with that alliance. If you tell me, listen, we're in the, there was a time before I had my daughter, my wife and I had a daughter, where all my friends who had nothing but daughters, I would bust their chops. And I had a grand old time doing it. It was all in good fun, obviously. Well, I can't make those jokes anymore, right? But let's say I joined a father of boys club, father of boys only club, and then I had my daughter. I obviously can no longer be in that club, and there needn't be any animosity. They would understand I had a daughter now. I would understand I have a daughter now. I don't belong, right? My identity is not congruent with the identity of the group. So long as everybody's open and honest and communicate, if you change it up, don't talk about I was right, even though what I'm doing now wasn't discussed when I first joined this team. I should be able to do what I want. I should be able to say what I want to say. Well, did you work that shit out beforehand? No? Well, then don't wonder why you were kicked out. You were thrown out. If you knew that you wanting to say what you want and be what you want wasn't congruent with the group, as soon as you realized that was the case, you should have left the group. You should have said, hey, I got to do me. I got to be me. And there needn't be any animosity. So loyalty seems to be, do whatever I say despite, your identity. It seems to be do as I say, not as I do. I'm somebody who I would absolutely admit struggled with this early on opening my school. I was a tyrant. I had the best of intentions, and I thought that was all that mattered. And I allowed a lot of losers to take advantage of me by just telling me what I wanted to hear. But I also allowed a lot of people who probably would have been better off with a little bit more of a mature leadership, and I pushed them right out the door because I was suppressing their own identity. Sometimes it's time to go, right? Two things that you have to honor when it comes to an alliance is the mission and the expiration date. All right, guys, rant over. Peace.